Morning, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm at Barton upon Needwood, which is just near Burton on Trent, and I'm doing another loop on the Coal and Canopy Way today. So I'll put some details up by the Coal and Canopy Way. It's a 156-mile bikepacking route, but the creators, Dave and Jeff, have very cleverly done some loops within that thing as well. So if you didn't feel like doing the full one, you're going to do some loops which will give you a sample of what the main route's like. So today I'm doing the Cannock Loop, which is 41 miles, 1700 feet of climbing. So I'm starting it just off the A38 because that's more convenient for me. And there's tons of stuff to show you today, some lovely history. These routes are all about showcasing what's in the National Forest and Staffordshire and Cannock and all these kind of places. So I'm going to show you some of them today. I've done a bit of research, we've got some cool stuff to show you today. So we've got a lovely vista to start with. Look, so I've just come out of the village and we've got that beautiful open countryside. So let's crack on. Let's see what we've got. So I imagine that we're going to encounter some sloppy mud at some point today. It's 23rd of Feb today, so we've only had a few days of sunny warm weather, haven't we? I tell you what, that sun's got some warmth to it today. Lovely. Forecast to get up to 13 or 14 degrees today, which is lovely considering it was freezing last week. So yeah, I was chatting to Jeff over the weekend, and there are some sections of this route which are untested. So I'm possibly going to be one of the first that's going to hit it as part of this route today. So we'll see what the score is, and I'll feed back to Jeff, let him know my thoughts and whether or not it's worth having a diversion for certain times of the year, or if that bit of the route just doesn't work. Oh yeah, straight into the sloppy stuff. Oh, it's really slippy mud. God. Oh, I'm gonna have to walk it. I'm pedalling and going nowhere quick, and I've got knobbly tyres on as well. We're only going to that gate up there, look. But yeah, that's not very easy to ride at all. Can't see anywhere where there's any grip. All looks pretty sloppy. Right, so this bridleway coming into Dunstall Estate is an absolute slop fest this time of year. Look at it, it's unrideable. I think even mountain bike with big fat tyres would struggle because it's slightly uphill, 4 or 5%, just sloppy, rooty. Oh yeah. Whew. This will be fine in summer, but oh yeah, after the winter we've had here in the UK, that is definitely not that good in winter. C'est la vie. God, this feels a quagmire. You can probably hear it squelching under my feet. I thought it didn't look bad from after the mud, but yeah. Hopefully I can get on my bike in a minute. Look at that there, that's Dunstall Church. That's beautiful on the Dunstall Estate. So this estate, there's been an estate here, or it was owned as a property since 1145, I think. The buildings that are here now aren't from that period. I think they're from the 17 or early 1800s. 1700s, I think. And the hall that's here now was actually owned by Richard Arkwright Jr., who is the son of Richard Arkwright Sr., obviously, who was the Industrial Revolution entrepreneur. That's a cool little fact, isn't it? Yeah, but I tell you what, beautiful scenery. We're literally a mile and a half out of that little village, not far off the A38. Beautiful. So apart from the sloppy mud, cracking start. So I'm just going to show you this because that's what the first couple of miles has done in winter. Look at that. Wow. I was like pedalling through treacle at times. Sometimes I had to walk. But we have got a nice bit of gravel now, so hopefully a lot of that mud will come off. We've got some water here as well. I might have a ride through that, just clean some of that off. Yeah, that was not easy going at all. I'll tell you what we have got today as well. We've got a bit of a breeze today as well, so at some point I'm going to have a bit of a brisk headwind. I've got a cross at the minute, so I reckon as we get towards Cannock it's going to hit me as a bit of a headwind. We'll see. It's quite a strong wind. Not sure if you can hear it. Well, according to the route, this goes up here. I can't see it. It does not look like a route. I mean, this is it on the map. Jeff did say it's a work in progress. Some of it is untested, but walk up the edge and hope I don't anger a local farmer. But yeah, this is a slop fest. Look at this beautiful little place. Look at that. I have no idea where we are. I think that is a college. Former Abbott's Bromley school site. So it's a residential development now, former school. Yeah, that must go back some years. What a lovely little village. Oh, I'm going to stop. There's a little stand, look. I'm going to stop there. Have a bite to eat. Lovely old historic buildings. Best kept village. It is lovely. See why they'd want to keep it lovely. So this is Blithfield Reservoir, an 800-acre site opened in 1953 by the Queen Mum. It's vast. We've got this lovely little road alongside it. Oh, not for long, less than a mile I think. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, that wind is horrendous. Oh, wow. Oh, this is an absolute bog. Not clear at all where the route is. My computer's telling me I need to be slightly over the other way, but that way is blocked. But this way don't look much better. I'm gonna have a look. Oh wow. Yeah, you see I'm off route. I am off route. Let's see if I can go up this way. The other way is all, there's a big gate there, no pedestrian gate, but it's definitely all blocked off, so tied and chained up. Finally, something resembling a nice bit of gravel. Got about 2.5 miles of hike a bike, poorly signposted. I don't even know if it was a footpath, to be honest. It had gates. Whoa, that wind is proper strong today. So this is the little village of Great Haywood. It has a pub, it has a little co-op round the corner, but it was famous for one thing. 1917 to 1918, whilst he recovered from trench fever from World War One, J.R.R. Tolkien lived in this village, and it's said that his inspiration for the Lord of the Rings was the local countryside and woodlands, including Cannock Chase, where we're going in a bit. So we've got the Shugborough estate to go through shortly, so I'll show you that when we get there, and then we're down onto Cannock. We've done about 20 miles for the day, so we're halfway on this route. Yeah, right, let's crack on. Hurry up. Just one little push and you're in, aren't you? So if she winds you up. Thank you. Hello. So that there is called Essex Bridge. It's the oldest surviving packhorse bridge in the UK. It's got 14 arches, and this here is the River Trent. I bet it's smaller than it is in other places, isn't it? Especially up around Nottingham. But yeah, so just a word to note here. Cyclists need to dismount and walk over there. I've just walked over. But yeah, what an absolutely stunning structure. Well worth getting my feet muddy for to take a picture. But they're already muddy, so it don't really matter, does it? Oh, right, so Shugborough Estate now. We'll show you that. There's my bike, looking rather muddy today. Yeah. Oh, right, let's crack on. So that there, Shugborough Hall, and there's been a building here since the Middle Ages. That one's from the early 18th century. Pretty cool, isn't it? Lovely grounds. Now, this place is National Trust, so you can go in the grounds and the gardens and stuff. I don't know what it costs, I didn't look, but our route very conveniently brings us through it. That's lovely. Forecast a bit of rain, I think, about 2ish. And there is some clouds coming in. It's only 11:45, but yeah, it's looking a bit black in it. As we say in Yorkshire, it's looking a bit black over Bill's grannies. So just coming up on the right, that's the wind tower. And I've got a cool picture of it when it was originally built. It was very ornate and it had a wind weather vane on top. It was much more ornate, and at one point it had a moat round it, and it said that the lord that owned the house in the early days, that used to be his gambling den. Yeah, it's got none of its original features on the outside now. They've all gone, and the weather vane. It still looks cool. Doesn't look bad, does it, for a few 100-year-old building? Whew. Right, let's get going. We're not far from Cannock Chase now. So, whilst it's not the prettiest looking thing these days with all them electrical gantries, that tunnel there is a grade 2 listed tunnel portal, and the same on the opposite side. That's the, it's called Shugborough Tunnel. We're at Cannock Chase now, an extremely popular place for mountain biking. This route sticks to the main sort of bridle ways, so you're not going on any of the crazy technical stuff. Glacial stone that came down from Scotland on a sheet of ice in the last ice age. It was found in a pit not that long ago, 1960s I think, over there, and it was dug out and placed there. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? There was a trig point there as well, look. Right, let's crack on, and I need to find somewhere to grab my lunch, which I've got on me today. Right, so I've had to set the external mic off now because it's just started raining, but I've got to show you this. This is the Katyn Memorial. Katyn's a forested area in Russia, and 25,000 Polish prisoners of war were murdered on Stalin's orders in the Katyn forest. So this memorial was put here. I don't know why it was put here. Yeah, pretty sad, isn't it? 25,000 people. Yeah, there's a nice memorial there to it. Always worth paying your respects, isn't it? Oh, just a little route update. So we're 24.5 miles in, which means we've got about 16 left. So I've got something cool to show you down here shortly. I'll show you that when I get there. It is cool, especially given my background. And then we're going to pick up the Trent and Mersey Canal. We're going to go through Armitage, home of Armitage Shanks. You'll have heard of them. I'll show you the factory when we get there. Trent and Mersey Canal, Coventry Canal. We're going to see where the canals meet with the Trent, and then we're going to finish back up to where we started this morning. It's about 16 miles left, so yeah. So just gone past the visitor centre and cafe back there, so it's bang on your route. So if you do need a little cafe stop, it's at about 27 miles, depending on where you start. If you start where I started, it's 27. So just one thing to note, at the minute the start finish point of this route hasn't been finalised, so the GPX file they have published starts in Cannock and ends in Cannock, but they've not decided where the official start should be, and as it's a loop, as I've done today, you can pick it up wherever you want, can't you? But yeah, the route's, it's still a bit of a work in progress, so you know, it may change. So whatever route I show you today, it could change moving forward, so do double check the Coal and Canopy Way website and the commute links. Right, here's that cool thing I'm going to show you, which looks fairly nondescript, doesn't it? So this is the site, or the entrance, the guardroom used to be there, of RAF Hensford. Up in 1939 to 1956 it was used for basic training for the RAF, whereas when I did mine it was RAF Halton. So yeah, in Buckinghamshire. But this is where it used to be. It was 17 years, went up and long, but it was huge. So I'm not going to put the drone up today because it's really windy, but I'll put some aerial shots up of when it was active and aerial shots now from Google Maps. The parade square was just over there and all the accommodation and blocks were further over. But yeah, you can't see anything. All you've got is this, like a little turning circle. That's all that's left. Looks like a pair of butterfly wings from above. So I'll show you that. Yeah, and the guard room was just over there. Yeah, nothing left other than a memorial and a bit of tarmac. Never mind. But I thought I'd show you that. It's pretty cool, I think. Coming from a RAF background, I think that's pretty cool. Right, let's crack on anyway. Oh no. That is sloppy. Ah, just appeared as well. Oh. Oh, I love it. Right, so we're in the village of Armitage, famous for Armitage shanks. The Armitage existed from, well, the company from 1813, and then in the 60s merged with Shanks, who were in Scotland, and it's now Ideal Standard. It's still here, still making toilets, which is what everyone knows it for. Toilets and bathroom porcelain items. There you go. Right, so that there is the Trent and Mersey Canal that we're now picking up, and we're going to ride alongside this quite a bit. So the canal itself was built in 1777 by our good friend Mr. James Brindley. Chesterfield Canal, I think he made it. It was the first long distance canal in the UK. It connects the Trent to the Bridgewater Canal. 93.5 miles long it is. So we're going to follow this up to Fradley Junction, where I might get a pint, and then we're going to join the Coventry Canal for a bit before we pick this back up and head back up to where we started this morning. So yeah, so I've ridden bits of the Trent and Mersey. I've never ridden this bit, but I've heard some bits of it can be a bit grim in winter, so let's hope it's not one of them bits. We shall see. We've got, let's have a look, 8 miles left. So let's hope it's good 8. Right, let's crack on. I do love riding alongside a canal, as you know. Ooh. Square meat. Let's hope this is fairly steady today. If it's like this, we'll be alright, won't we? lovely bridge here, look. Number 58. Don't know of how many, unfortunately. It's a low one. Go on, you're alright. Not a problem. They are though, aren't they?
Yes. Bit of awkward, any something.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, and there's a squeeze. Right, so 4 miles to Fradley Junction. Right, we're going to drive down the Coventry Canal for a bit. Look at that stretch. Nice, isn't it? Lovely. And some nice gravel now. We're 2 miles from Fradley Junction. Just turning to gravel from mud. But to be fair, I've ridden on worse in the summer. That's pretty nice actually. Chesterfield Canal being one of them. Check out that video if you've not watched it. I rode the entire length. Right, so this is Fradley Junction. Pub's closed. Story of my life. Looks a lovely place though, doesn't it? In summer, can you imagine you sat there having a bite to eat and a pint. So that's the Trent and Mersey, and this here is the Coventry Canal. So that's where we're going now. We're going to go down the Coventry Canal for a little bit, and then we're going to come back towards the Trent and Mersey, where it meets the Trent. This lovely little swing bridge. That there's the last lock on the Trent and Mersey. That there's the River Trent. See it? Just coming in there. Quite a rare thing. I mean, you do get canals and rivers meeting, but look at this lovely little bridge causeway I'm going over. It's awesome. I'll put you back on and you can see it. Yeah, it's right cool. And the difference in speed of the river and the barely moving canal, it's quite stark. It's cool, I love this. Ooh. Look, there's a Trent that we crossed earlier on that Packhorse Bridge. There's Trent and Mersey Canal. That's cool, isn't it? I like that a lot. Talking of likes, if you like the content, give us a like and a subscribe. Thank you very much. Right, about 3.5 miles left to finish the route today. That was a nice feature to see before we did. I'm guessing that barrier there is to stop boats drifting down that way, so I'm not sure what happens with the water courses here, because I do believe the Trent and Mersey continues down to the left here, and the Trent is what's going off to the right. Could be wrong, but I'll pop it up on screen. But I think the Trent and Mersey is left, and the Trent is what's gone right there. Yeah, ooh, and the surface has changed somewhat now, look. Right, so there we go, nearly finished. Got about a mile left to my van. So the second 20 miles of that is a much more pleasant experience than the first 20. And obviously it's the time of year as well, fields are gonna be muddy. But there's a few bits I'll need to feed back to Jeff, the course creator. Bear in mind, the route is a work in progress, so it could change. Do check the Coal and Canopy Way website and the commute collection, which they manage as well, before you travel, just to make sure that you're doing the right one. I'm going to make some suggestions, but generally lovely route. I mean, hard at times, but I don't know if that was just the weather, you know, the fact that it's winter and it's like this. But in summer, a lot of that you'll be able to ride it. I've probably walked about 4 or 5 miles today, just because of the fields have been absolute bogs. No way you can ride them. But yeah, tons to see, loads of history, as with most of the Coal and Canopy Way. So hope you enjoyed that one. I did. I need to go get my kit clean. Look at my boots, look at my bike, everything. I've not been able to drink out of my bottles because they're so muddy. But thank you very much, hope you've enjoyed. Please give us a like and a subscribe on the channel, it means a lot and it's totally free. And you know what, comments are always appreciated. I love some of the comments we get. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. I'm Rob, it's been Bike Ventures, and it's been the Coal and Canopy Way Cannock Loop. See you next time, cheers guys.